We're waiting on
Is it
Chaz.
everybody, or are we still?
We're getting Chaz and Marley. They're on their way in.
Okay.
They're telling the prospects, hang around, mind your manners.
Fucking glasses on. Oh, say, can you see?
I don't even want to know.
All right, chaps, you got the PowerPoint ready? I'm just kidding.
See, you joke, but I made a PowerPoint earlier. You kind of don't want to see it, though.
Oh, dear.
Jesus.
Hey,
Okay, so
outdoor hygiene is very important. I don't want to hear it.
Whoa.
all right, so good to see everybody. I do want to say, for me personally, because it was kind of my thing, my doing, I want to apologize about church from last weekend. Obviously, some things out of town came up, and when you have to take care of things out of town stuff always comes first, if you get my drift. So I do apologize about that. I know a lot of you you're waiting for a couple hours, and you're just kind of sitting here when you could have been doing other stuff. I really do apologize, and I'm off cabinet, but that's my doing, right? That's 100% on me. But I do apologize about that. I just want to let you guys know about that. I want you guys to hear from me instead of me just sending out a group email. You know what I mean? So I do apologize, and I appreciate everything you guys do day in, day out, getting up, keeping us active every day, even though that myself or others can't be in, every day or whatever. Really, really do appreciate it. And it does not go unnoticed of those of you who get up every day and everything you do all the time, right? It does not go unnoticed. We really appreciate it. Okay. The good thing that I will say with Slade and Hawk, of obviously being the eyes and ears for cabinet for the past month and a half, 2 months, they're very good at communicating. So I met Wild Card, and I don't know who the fuck I said. I was watching Blade. I said Blade. I was watching Blade earlier. That's what I said. I was watching the movie Blade. Sorry, I called Wild Card Blade for a minute. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. Anyway, so they've been good at keeping good communication. Everything's been going on. So anyway, start with the old business real quick, because this is kind of old. All right. I'm just gonna bring this straight up. We'll leave it to an ultimate vote, right? I'll put it into our little thing. I've spoke with Hawk. Him and Hawk. I keep calling him Hawk. We've spoke with Warden of the Reapers. Obviously, we know we've had some bad shanties in the past. Like the other night when firefighters were being stupid and shit like that, they were kind of running their mouth when we had to deal with it. But, beyond that, we have to kind of look in the future, and I want everybody's opinion on it. I want us to, because this is old business, right? I want us to consider, actually with a long conversation with Warden, I want us to consider with us, remaking that truce with the Reapers. I think personally where their leadership is getting in a better position. And I'm just going to give you my reasons why. Their leadership is getting in a better position, right? There's only 2 MCs in this entire state, right? And I think with us having an alliance as well together, it'll kind of help us kind of, hey, don't do this, don't step on our toes. We don't have to worry about that bullshit, right? And it kind of allows us to have a more open dialogue. Like I said, the biggest thing is there's only 2 MCs in the state. There's 4 street gangs, 3 criminal families, and whoever else, and when shit hits the fan, I'd rather have someone on another bike have my back. I'd preferably have Lost, which I know will have Lost have my back, but sometimes might get outgunned. And there's always, we might be big and bad, but there's always someone badder. You know what I mean? I'll leave this open discussion for you guys. I'm just bringing this to the table. It's going to be an all-out vote for the alliance to go through. And like I said, this will be an official alliance, like paperwork, bullshit, whatever, an alliance, right? So leave your comments, concerns. It will be on the table and in our other thing, you know, to be voted on. So those who ain't here can vote as well. Anyway, I'll start with, I mean, cabinet. You guys can start first. You know, Chaps and Jay here.
Chaps, you can speak on it first.
On the alliance with the Reapers, I am all for it. I think having more guns is always better than having a few.
I'd have to agree. I think my only thing would be is I don't want them hanging out at our clubhouses, and I'm sure they don't want us at theirs. If we just hang out at mutual territory like the Yellow Jack and whatnot, or if we go to another bar and we're all there drinking and whatnot, doing a big old ride, I have no issues with it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, we'll have stipulations and set. We're not going to be hanging out like at each other's clubhouses and shit like that. We're not going to be, if they have cops on them, oh yeah, come to Step City, you know, we'll hide you. No, none of that shit. You know,
No.
I don't want to do any of that stuff because what we got going on personally is what we got going on, right? And not everybody needs to know, right? So, anyway,
One more thing I'd like to add.
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
think obviously if we're going to have a meeting between whoever their leadership is and us, I think that would be the only time that they should be here at our clubhouse or we should be at theirs. That's personally, I think, so we can meet somewhere that's private and not open like the Yellow Jack is.
Wild card, you hear me, right?
I heard you just say my name.
Yeah, go ahead and, you know, voice your whatever your things you got on this issue.
I'm against any further alliance with them. They're a reckless group. I understand they're the only other MC in the state. That doesn't mean we have to get buddy with them, in my opinion. Their drug use, their reckless attitude. I mean, yesterday you didn't get to experience a lot of it, but how one of their members led on a police chase, and all of them just scattered, leaving us with the mess, having to patch up one of their own prospects that was shot because they didn't give a fuck. I'd
And if I
rather
may,
not
that just
deal with a
happened at
group
the Yellow
that
Jack.
reckless. I'd rather stay perfectly neutral like we are right now, and if shit hits the fan, it hits the fan. So be it.
All right. Karma?
I am fully against any kind of alliance with them. They are not worthy of the diamond that they wear. And to be honest with you, I don't know why this club hasn't gone to the extent of removing it from them. They are cowards. They are insignificant. They do not represent the culture that we fucking do. They are not the same as us, and I do not trust them and probably never will. When there was a threat against me, their cabinet made it our issue to settle for themselves, and I have no respect for that.
Let me note on that real quick. That issue when they made threats to you, Hawk and I went and had a conversation with their present VP, and it was taken care of internally with them because I told them we weren't gonna do it because it's a sign that makes their leadership weak, and yeah, it was. I can say it was taken care of confidently.
Yes, but the 3 to 4 days it took for that to get taken care of, I was really watching my ass.
Right, and that's also on me because for those 3 or 4 days I wasn't in here. You know what I mean? I'm just playing devil's advocate with you. That's
Okay.
all. Like I'm not trying to, because I wasn't here, so that's on me, right? So if something would have happened to you, that'd been on me for not setting it right, or any other cabinet member who wasn't here to set it right.
Agreed.
But you make valid points, and I appreciate your opinion.
Of course.
All right. I know people call you Lucky, but I'm gonna call you Irish. So Irish, go ahead, man.
I appreciate that. It's going to be a hard no for me. Every time I've been around them, and I'll agree with Wildcard, they've been reckless. They the only one time that they actually did step up for me, which is when Highway Patrol tried to jam me up on a 104 ticket. They actually bailed me out, but sort of as far as any alliance with them, they're too reckless and they're acting more like a street gang like the Bylaws would than an actual MC. So it's going to be a hard no for me.
I appreciate that. Who's this to the right of you? Oh, Trouble. Almost called
Yep.
you. Almost called you Scout.
No. So for me, I'm more on the fence. I mean, we had, personally, I had some issues come up that, Prez, thank you for taking care of that. I would say half of their group is very reckless. The other half is pretty respectable. It makes it tough for me to say yes with how reckless they are. My understanding was last night, they got themselves into some pretty deep shit. And whenever they get themselves into shit, they get us into shit. And it doesn't look good on us. But like I said, that's about half their membership. The other half is pretty courteous, pretty respectful like we are.
Appreciate that.
God damn it.
All right, who we got next here? Is that God? I don't want to slaughter your name.
Naughty to your left.
Naughty, that's right.
Yeah, naughty.
Yep.
I haven't really dealt too much with them. Just a little bit that I've seen. They seem a lot, say, meaner. And yeah, kind of reckless. And I was talking with JB when he first showed up, and he had a lot of concerns with how they were going and how they were acting. I'm kind of neutral with it because I really have not dealt with them very often.
Okay, I agree. I got you. Appreciate your input on that. Chaz?
Yeah, it's going to be a hard no from me. In agreement with everything that Karma, Wildcard, and Michael said. The Reapers have given me no reason to do anything but have no respect, no reason to trust them. I would not trust them in an alliance with my brothers and sisters. I would not trust them to have the backs of everyone standing at this table. I do not trust them with my life. I do not trust them with your life. I do not trust them with any of our lives. And if I can't trust them with any of our lives, then I have no reason to think they should be in alliance with us. That's all I got.
That's very valid points. Appreciate that, Chaz. Very valid. All right. I don't think I know your name. This redhead down there.
That's Harley.
Harley? Okay, my bad. Harley, go ahead.
Okay. It's going to be a no from me. I've had some good interaction with some of their members, but majority of their members are very reckless. And again, like Trouble, Chaz, Karma, Michael, they've all stated they're too reckless to put I can't, trust if situation goes down like they did last night. I mean, they're gonna bail, and then we have to clean up the mess. I mean, yes, the beginning of the night from last night was okay, it was decent, but again, they started pulling shit when they shouldn't have, and they left us to clean up the mess and leaving their members behind. They're just too reckless of a group to be hanging out with. Nor do I trust them with my back.
I appreciate that. More valid points. Yeah.
So my big hang up is their liability to us more so than their recklessness, because I could really give a shit what they do on their own. But yesterday we came really close to all of us ending up in cuffs over what they were doing, because I'm not gonna lie, cops are going to see a cut. They're not going to see what's on the cut. So one biker starts shooting at a cop and then running away, and another cop's going to get confused. They're like, well, I just know a biker just shot at the cop, so all these lost guys are going to go in cuffs for it too. That didn't happen, thankfully, but who's to say next time it won't, right? In the moment of chaos. So I think I'm going to have to be in one too, unless they tighten up their conduct when they're in neutral areas and not starting high speed pursuits.
Right. I feel that. So I guess the overall feeling is a no, but obviously there's not people here that can vote as well, and the vote is active right now. So those of you who did your no's and those of you who did your yays, make sure you mark that so we can have the overall tally.
Prez, if I may,
And yep, go ahead.
if you could please put on there that patched members only can vote.
It should be only patch members can see that channel.
Okay, perfect.
Everybody from Hang Around Up can see that channel.
Oh shit! Well, we're gonna change that.
That should not be a thing. 'Cause I didn't see it when I was there. So
I saw it when I was a Hang Around.
Oh,
When I was a prospect.
I think the powers that be may or may not have sorted that out in
Okay.
between those times.
Perfect.
We can always double check and make sure that the powers can make sure everything's sorted.
I notated it just in case.
Appreciate it, Prez.
All right. So go ahead and move to the next. Since we've got all that aired out. Let's see here. All right. I think one of the biggest things we need to talk about. So we're gonna probably, unless there's any other, I guess we can continue with old business, but this is gonna kind of go into new business as well. I'm gonna kind of skip around here on this wild card, if you know what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Where's it at? Oh, the sale of guns and the locations where we need to conduct businesses. Obviously, in the past, we've kind of went to where the customer wanted it. Obviously, that's very risky because if we don't know that customer or whomever, especially with everything going on and you hear about and see about gangs getting raided and shit like that, we want to prevent that. So I am open for any ideas, suggestions, anything on locations to conduct business. I know we have a good location to store, although it's not a official location, right? Yet anyway. Hopefully we're able to fix that here soon with speaking with the powers of high above. So I mean, hopefully we're able to take care of that situation. But for us, a good location to conduct the business, obviously we would need more than one location to keep authorities guessing, right? Because we don't want to just keep going to the same place over and over and over and over, right? They're going to see big black vans or trucks, whatever we're fucking driving to deliver the goods in one place all the time. It's going to raise suspicion, right? So I am open for suggestions. Table's open for discussion on this.
I've got one.
Go ahead.
The lower side of East Los Santos, around the industrial area. We could also go up in the Marietta oil fields. That way, if
It's RPMC.
it's tricky.
Can't do
I'm
it.
sorry.
That's Reaper's territory.
Oh,
Oil fields?
Hmm.
Yep.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
didn't know
then
If you're
what
talking
about
about
the?
you're talking about the oil fields up there, like 780, it's like that's 778. That's Reapers, and then I think Vipers own something around close there, don't they?
Probably.
So what about like around the 800s to 815 area, somewhere back in there, like, you know, where it has as many prying eyes in the back.
It's if there can be a specific spot in there, we could, yeah. But I'd suggest something like 542 off of Chancy Lane. I looked at it. It's wooded. It's not easy access. There's two ways, north and south. It's an old barn house, but the guy there was pretty inviting. I think he'd appreciate a bit of income just to have a little transaction go on there.
Yeah, I like that. I know that place. That's good access, good easy access, like you're saying. It's not all the way blocked in. If we needed to get the hell out of there, we get the highway right there too.
That's the only spot I could think of, though.
It's kind of hard too as well to conduct businesses in locations because there's 50 different crime organizations around here and they've got all this fucking territory. So, but I like that idea. Table's still open for discussion here. Anybody else got anything?
So just off of Calafia there, 141. I don't think that's anybody's territory. That might be a good option as well. And it's not too far from pickup to drop. So it gives us a couple of locations we can utilize.
Only problem with that is one way in, one way out. Unless you want to have boat access just as an emergency.
And we can always drop off a boat there, just in case.
Still, boat access leads us to varying amounts of evidence left behind.
Well, I think. No, that's Fishery Lane. Yeah, I don't think anybody's got a claim on Carlo Lane. I mean, we could always do shipments by boat if we were to go that way.
What about Murrieta Beach down there, like next to the water? It's I know there's a way you can get a vehicle or two down there, and it's definitely away from prying eyes.
What's that? Post area for that?
It's just below like 787 around there. So just below 787. There's a like right off El Burro Boulevard. I know there's a road. It's kind of bumpy, so it'd be best to our van or a truck in there to go down to the beach. But the only problem is it's one way in, one way out. And if anybody decides they want to take a peek, there's from the docks on the other side, or there's the bridge, which we'd obviously be paying attention and having lookouts and everything. So.
That whole area
There's
over
also the
there
cliff
is
that
a
overlooks the beach.
Yeah.
that whole area right
think-
there is a ton of cameras.
As a matter right now for this topic, obviously I do like that first location that wild card said. The other ones we should probably scope out, and if you guys have any other ideas, we'll kind of leave this topic open for next church, and that way we can actually get a thing of locations what we're talking about and bring it to the table and vote. Excuse me, vote on it and go from there. Yeah, how you guys feel about that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good to
Works
me.
for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's been a location. We could sit here all night just talking about locations.
Right.
All right, cool. So we'll notate that. If you guys have any locations come up, to an enforcer, or if an enforcer not around, coming to myself or another cabinet member, and we'll take care of that. Just keep in mind, maybe we can get something put out to where we can put locations in and have it overall, or just someone maybe have Hawk's got that nice secretary patch. We'll have him keep a list. Okay. Is there any other old business that we need to discuss that I may be forgetting? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
You're poisoning.
My poisoning?
Not sure everyone's up to date on that.
Talking about trying to find the rest of that stuff? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. And I know most of the newer patch members don't even know what I'm talking about.
There are still people out there living and breathing and walking and doing whatever the fuck they want that are responsible for what happened to you that have no recompense whatsoever.
Yeah, see, I don't even know exactly who all was involved in that. So, like, I just know that I woke up feeling like a absolute dog utter shit in a hospital. So, I do know that you guys told me that the original guy planning the thing is dead. The rest of the shit's fucking fuzzy, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that's really, I have to take your guys' word on that. If you guys want to update it, you guys go right ahead between Karma and Wildcard, whoever else was there.
Well, collecting you, Seer's final breaths decided to throw out a couple names and also throw out the name Rose Kendall. Spoke to her. She actually told us that one of her ballers is actually poisoned with this 393 bullshit. Some organization out of Polito, and it's not the Reaper's poison as far as we know for now, was running some sort of extortion business, is what he said. Rose said she'd look into it, and I haven't heard back from her since, so I think we need to set up another meeting. Because this shit's still on the street, as far as we know. I can work with Hulk to try and set up a meet if you want. I'd prefer if Cabinet was there. Or not.
If you can get a time that works for Rose, just let me know what time, and I can most likely be there.
I'll see what I can put together.
I've met with Rose a few times. She's good people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rose and I have got a pretty good long relationship. So, I mean, Miss Kendall, we've always got along very well.
Yeah.
What's
And
what's that glare about, Karma?
I just like to glare at people.
Got something you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I would like to say one thing in regards to the whole extortion thing going on in Polito Bay. Way back when I was a little old prospect, the Vipers, they came to the Casey's shop whilst I was running it, and they were trying to extort Casey's out of money. So I don't know if it's them having any involvement with what happened with Winter.
considering the outcome, I don't think it's likely. But either way, if they are, I think it's best if we don't get Vipers involved at all in this or
Wild
inform
card.
them about what's going on. Yes.
Didn't you say it was the Lee twins or something like that?
I thought I said that. Thanks for correcting me if I didn't mention that. Yeah, it's something involving Lee twins, is what Seer said, which is the names I brought up to Rose. They're brother and sister, so they're not identical twins, I don't think. But that's all the information I was able to get before he passed away. I'm not sure how much of the stuff they have, or if they're being supplied by Vipers. From what we were able to gather rescuing Winter, I doubt it's likely, since we had a little bit of their help. Though it is suspicious, considering some of the actions they conducted during that.
Either way, Vipers are responsible because if they didn't manufacture this shit, it wouldn't have been in you.
Exactly.
True. Might have to have a conversation with Mr. Gully, and maybe he can get his little peon Simon around. I've done business with Simon before.
I don't know. Letting them know about that stuff is just going to cause them to turn every house in the city upside down. I think
and
the
also,
last thing we need is them getting involved.
well, also that does too. If they start turning houses upside down, making a lot of noise, brings a big eye on them while we operate in the background.
Yep.
It's true. If you think that's the play, I mean, I'm fine with it.
We just have to do more intel and gather on it. I like to know every outcome before we act on just pure instinct, right? I don't want to sit here and get us in a pickle and there's no way out of it. And it's just a keep conspiring hole and then we're indebted to someone. Okay. So we're debt free to everybody. And I want to keep it that way.
Yeah.
We don't owe no one anything.
I think it's more of just, I want to make sure the club handles these bastards instead of some snakes.
Right. Do we have any other topics we want to talk about on this particular topic or anything to add to it? I just think the thing that what we need to do right now is to gather more intel on it, keep eyes, ears open, head to the ground. Maybe eventually if the play is to go talk to Golly and the Vipers, then we can act on that. But, I don't really like fucking dealing with them regardless, right? I've always said this from the get-go. They're a terrorist organization. That's what they are, okay? I don't care. They can say they're a crime syndicate, whatever. They're a fucking terrorist organization, right? They're the only organization in this state that has missiles and fucking jets and nuclear bombs and whatever other bullshit, right? So I don't like fucking dealing with that because it's stupid, right? I don't. They're not the fucking military, right? So I mean, like, that's like the old Merryweather, right? That's how they act, like how old Merryweather did with their crews and shit, taking people to Cayo Perico and fucking them up. So do we have anything else that we need to? We all good and understand that we're just going to kind of gather more intel on that particular situation.
Squared up.
Yep.
What's that laugh about? Is that a yes? No? Or is that
No,
trouble?
I'm sorry.
Is that, I don't think it's very fucking funny, that there's a substance out there and I was a test dummy of that shit. So I don't think it's fucking funny, and I don't want to see any of my fellow brothers and sisters to be doused with that shit either, So
No, that laugh was not in reference to that at all.
okay. All right. So anybody else got anything on this topic?
Nothing here.
Swear.
All right. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, cabinet officers, I think that's all for old business, correct?
I do believe so.
As far as I know.
Alright.
Wildcard, did you wish to make mention of an incident between you and I?
I was going to do it later on.
That's new business. That's not old business.
Copy that.
All right, we're going to move to new business because there's a topic that I need to get off my fucking chest. 110%. Rolling to new business. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the title is on your cut. Member, enforcer, chaplain, tail gunner, sergeant at arms, vice president, president, founder. I do not care what your title is on your fucking cut. Okay? Every member is to uphold and live by and die by the fucking bylaws of this club. And I'm talking even the little small stuff. No getting in freaking vehicles with your cut on. No flaunting that, hey, I can do this because I'm a fucking enforcer or whatever. Don't be coming in here without your cut and good representation and barking orders at prospects, or if you're an officer, barking orders at members, even cabinet. If you're a fucking cabinet member and you're barking orders without representation with your cut on, I don't give a fuck who you are. Without that cut, you're fucking nobody. I don't care, right? If you just got off work and you got here and you don't have a cut, I don't care. Don't come in here and bark orders. Have good representation because you're representing yourself, and also you're representing this cabinet, which is myself and Chaps and our SA. So technically there's only 3 of us here, but anyway, yeah, I don't care who you are. So make sure we're all, that is through everybody's skull, all bylaws are to be followed. And those who do not follow bylaws, we're gonna have a conversation. And if you do it again, okay, I'm gonna start writing some paperwork up, okay, and I'm gonna start taking notes. And if you keep doing it, then I'm probably gonna ask you to leave this club. And if you don't leave, I'm gonna forcefully remove you from this club. That's just how it's gonna go. Okay, is there any argument with that?
Not at all.
No,
I
sir.
would like
No
a point
argument.
of order off that.
And for officers and cabinets, if a member is checking you because you're not following the bylaws, there's no reason to get in their ass. This is as much as their fucking club as it is officers and cabinet, right? So if they have to follow, we have to follow. I don't care what the title is. And I'll make sure that is very honored. And if I find out any cabinet or officers are not, we're gonna have a conversation, like I said. Titles in this club do not protect you. Okay? It never has. Those of you who've been here forever, I've always said everybody in a position is replaceable, right? I know it's not in black and white, right? As of in the bylaws or whatever you want to call, but everybody's fucking replaceable. If you're not following your job, you're not following the bylaws, that's a problem, okay? Because we're supposed to lead by example, officers and cabinet. So don't get mad if a member checks. Fucking Karma checks me all the time, right? She's a fucking tail gunner, no more than just a regular member, right? So she checks me all the fucking time. Slade checks me all the fucking time. 100%. I've gotten in a vehicle with my cut on, and fucking Karma's come over and check the fuck out of me. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I get out, take my cut off, get back in. Fuck, problem solved. Done. And in another state, in another life, Karma was my SA. And God damn, did she check me all the fucking time. It was annoying. But I gave her a reason to check me all the fucking time. Right? So.
I love you too.
Everybody got that? Any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
Point of order actually off of that.
Same.
So the first bylaw introduces respect to the cut and the members here. A point of order I want to bring up is disrespect that was brought to my attention while I was trying to conduct my business for the club and ensure everyone's safety. Karma, across from me, went to disobey an order I gave her to park Chaz's bike when he was involved in an incident in Sonora. And when I instructed a nomadic member, Kira Stark, to take care of the bike since she refused the order, Karma approached her and informed her to move the bike to another location behind my back while I was trying to take care of business and ensure that Chaz's bike remained in one individual spot. It was disrespect to me, and speaking to her after the fact, she already mentioned that there's no disrespect towards the club in any way, or the enforcer patch. Still, it's disrespect to a member, and I wanted to be brought to the table for an unbiased opinion on punishment.
Hmm. 10 lashes. I'm just kidding. Chaps, Jay, you guys chime in on this. I say this would actually be your area for punishment because that is your fucking job.
So just so I understand this all correctly, Wildcard, you were saying that Karma here did something behind your back, essentially.
To
He wasn't
clarify,
listening.
I gave her an order to move Chaz's bike to a parking spot. She said no, and the witness is not here to confirm any words that I say. I believe the words were, "I don't respect you. You don't get to order me around." Karma can defend herself if she wishes, but after she refused to move the bike, I told Kira to, which again is a nomad. She's not a part of this charter. She respected it and started moving it. And when I was walking out of the building, I saw Kira moving it, and she instructed me that Karma said to park it at the garage up there. So she went behind my back to give another order to a member that was very clearly confused. Unfortunately, the witness is not here right now, so it's my word versus Karma's, and I'm willing to let her defend herself at the table.
Karma, do you have something to say for yourself?
No, he's correct. I did disrespect him. But I would like to make mention as to why I asked Kira to take care of the bike is because she had started it previously.
Proceed.
I have nothing really to add to that. I have had a very misplaced acceptance of the man across from me, especially after seeing that he had removed his enforcer patch from his cut, to which I hope you have been made aware of. And after talking with him, he had sewn it back on. So I have had very little respect for somebody that could remove something that has so much value to his position as an officer of this club.
I was not made aware that he had removed his enforcer patch. This is the first instance of me hearing this. Chaps, did you know anything about this, or Winter?
I did not.
I did not.
Wildcard, is what Karma's saying true?
It's true. I let Hulk know. He told me he'd bring it to cabinet, and apparently it has not followed up the chain of command. I've moved my enforcer patch because of actions I conducted that I did not feel were worthy for the cut to. And I did not think it was worthy for the enforcer patch to be on my chest. I sewn it back on because I came to my senses. But the allegations are true.
I stand firm and resolute in whatever punishment the table deems necessary for my actions.
And mine as well.
I can't. Actually, I don't want to step on your toes, Jay. So if you have something in mind you want to do, go for it. But I will state my opinion.
I was gonna say I think we need to have a discussion about what was brought up before we go ahead with it and see how everyone else feels about it. Since there is now that Wildcard has cut off his enforcer's patch, I have some concerns of my own that I'd like to bring up to the cabinet, or to the rest of the cabinet, which is, I guess, just us three now, I suppose. But I would rather not bring those concerns up to the rest of the club, as it is our enforcer who did these actions.
Being
If
in
you
this
wish.
position, I will say this. I've been on all sides of the table. I've been at the head of the table. I've been left or right of the table. I've been at the very end of the table in different clubs. Now, coming from Karma's standpoint, I can see why she did it. Wildcard, I can see in your position why you feel the way you are. I'm going to make this very blatant and simple. Wildcard, you and I had a conversation yesterday. You don't need to bring it up and what it was about, but you understand the conversation we had yesterday, right?
Kinda.
No fucking room for weakness. Get it out. You have an enforcer patch for a reason. If you don't want to be an enforcer, make it well aware, and we'll fucking make that happen, and we'll put you at member, and you can just ride and take orders. Okay? I do not take it lightly of an officer taking anything off their cut without coming to any cabinet I know, or even myself. I know I'm not awake every day like you guys are, but there are times when I am awake, more than none, you know? So that's always a good logical time. Hey, I need to have a conversation, very important with you real quick. 2 seconds of your time. I know you just woke up. Let me have it. You know, I'll give it to you. Anytime I wake up and you guys say, hey, need to have a chat real quick with you, Winter, what do? We go have a fucking chat. I never say no. Okay? There's something you need to bring up, fucking bring it up. I don't like finding this out from other people. This really fucking pisses me off. Not gonna lie. For the both of you, Karma, I don't care. I understand. I truly, I trust, I understand, right? Where you're coming from. Because you felt like he didn't respect that notion, so that's why you did that. So why give respect when he doesn't expect the notion of enforcer, right? I understand. You two need to fix the relationships you have damaged and ask for forgiveness on it. What Jay chooses to do is what Jay chooses to do, and we'll go from there. I'll let him do that, because if I have it my way, I'm throwing you beatings right now, and including the prospects, because that's how I feel about it. They would get lickings in too, and that's a pretty fucking scrubby thing to do when a non-patch member gets to lay hands on a fucking patch member. That's how I feel. I'm gonna let Jay take care of it, because that pisses me off. Anyway, if anybody's got anything to say about it, say it.
Could I add something?
Go ahead.
Karma, I love you. You're my sister. You know that. I care about you. I don't appreciate my bike being used as a tool to get back at somebody that you're upset with.
Chaz, if
That's
I
all I
may,
have to say. Mm-hmm.
I had your bike brought over to the repair facility there and paid for its repairs.
I appreciate that. Thank
I
you.
would never do that.
Chaps, Jay, you guys got anything you want to say about this? Anything other you want to push on it?
Nothing that hasn't been said already.
Not at this moment.
We'll have a conversation later about it. Trouble, you said you had a notion you wanted to push.
I do.
Bring it to the table, brother.
So everybody here is my family, and I'm going to protect them with my life if I must. And if that means putting myself between them and harm that may come to us, I'm going to fucking do it. Whenever somebody rolls up into stab without their cut on, and I ask who the fuck they are, and they start berating and belittling me, it does not sit well with me. Jay, that was absolute disrespect. And you know the number one rule is respect in this club. I don't appreciate it. I don't feel like I do that to any of our other fellow members, and I don't expect it coming from a cabinet member. If I don't know who you are because you're never around, and I ask you who the fuck you are, say, hey, by the way, my name's Jay. I'm the sergeant in arms. But the way you belittled and you disrespected me did not sit well with me. And for that, I would like to challenge him for cause.
Jay, what do you have to say for yourself before we hear calls?
I will say that I did come off as rude and disrespectful towards, I believe, Trouble was speaking. I was just a bad day for me personally, so that's all I have to say for myself. And I realize that I shouldn't let my personal matters affect how I treat the club and how I treat the members.
And no offense to you, Jay, brother, but you ain't been awake a lot lately. So we have a lot of bases. So people don't know who their SA is. Your SA is a big name in any motorcycle club. Okay, so just keep that in mind too. If someone's questioning who the fuck you are, right? Especially if you're rolling up here with no colors or anything on. Just always keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Trouble, what's your cause?
Simply the disrespect, the not following the rules. He parks his bike outside the club, walks in like he owns the fucking place, and we don't know him because he's never around. Those are my three main causes.
Cause to be violation of bylaw.
Yes. Rule 1, Rule 7, I believe it is. So Rule 1 would be the biggest one. Respect.
Okay. Just for a timely manner, though, for right now, this is a conversation I'm going to have with Chaps. And it'll be dealt with. You trust me on that, Trouble?
100%.
Appreciate it. Very, very. Your notion is noted. 110%. That'll be dealt with.
I back it fully as well.
I didn't fucking ask you, Karma. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I have contingencies to add upon that.
Okay.
When you were missing, as the founder and president of this club, the sergeant was nowhere to be found for the entire duration, as well as before and afterward. There has been, from what I've seen, no follow-up or contingency placed upon his position as the sergeant of this club to ensure that those that caused that perpetration against you are held accountable. That is the sole responsibility of his position, and it has been negligent for far too long.
All right. All this will be noted and handled. Hey, by the way, guys, was this talking about this? Even though there's only 7 of us now, keep in mind for possible chaplain nominations. Okay, we don't have one. That's a pretty big role. You don't know what a chaplain does, make sure you read an SOP or look it up or whatever. The chaplain is a very, very important role. Not in such like as important like as an SA, but they still hold a very big role. I mean, they do a lot of stuff like for the face of the club too, like charity stuff or like blessing of the bikes, poker runs. They kind of like are a big part in that stuff too. But they also do, other things too in a biblical sense and in a non-biblical sense for the club. So if you guys have any nominees that you may think of, let me know.
Chaz.
All right. Well, I'll definitely take that in consideration, and we'll definitely talk about it. Now, just keep in mind, chaplain is not an officer role. It's like more of a respected role. Okay, the chaplain only reports to the president. In this case, myself, since I'm the sit-in president right now, until that role is fulfilled. But I like to nominate Doyle. No, I'm just kidding. Uh,
I wish you were here.
yeah, you guys don't know.
Welcome, cue
But
ball.
yeah, if you guys have any nominees for that, 100% pass the word around. Let me know. We'll put it on club vote. We'll vote on those people and who we think would be best fit for a chaplain. So
What y'all got?
let me know. I heard Chaz. Table's open for discussion.
Yeah, that's my nomination.
Chaz or Harley? I think Harley would fit that role too.
Why?
Level-headed, kind when she needs to be.
That's not the role of a chaplain.
I know, but they are meant to be they're meant to be a go-to person that people can rely on.
They're meant to be wise in the position of culture. I bet if I could ask any one of the next 30 questions that I have rambling in my head right now, and she may answer only 2 of them because she is new to this.
Well, it doesn't have to be done today. So maybe ask her those questions and see how you feel after you do.
100%.
But I think
don't
she
see
has a
any
lot to offer
nominations.
too.
Okay. We have Chaz and who's that other one?
Harley,
Right. Harley. Okay.
redhead at the end.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Harley, you come to
Yes,
me
sir.
an email about your position in the club, correct?
No, that would might have been the other.
Okay. Jesus. Too many Harleys. I'm just kidding. Okay. Have Harley and Chaz. Anybody else? Put some feelers out there.
No, I don't think anyone, as far as past members know, fit the position fully.
All right. Roger.
I would nominate Trinity if she were not Nomad, but
She was not Nomad.
yeah, she's a Nomad, so she can't be. Unless she patches over.
All right, so let's go ahead and throw this up here for a vote real quick, because I think this is the kind of thing, and I know Wildcard's been biting into bits. Basically, a vote for Fight Club, illegal gambling, and a chop shop as a source of more income. Like we were talking about earlier, so you have 697, which is our space, right, that we can do whatever out of. Obviously, I know we have big garages here. Do not run business out of these garages, okay? We'll go ahead and throw it to a vote unless you guys have anything you want to say or add about it. I'm going to say yay.
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 We're talking about the garage at 670, correct?
Yeah, sorry, 670.
Okay. I would say yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Okay, Carmen, you say yay or nay?
I said yay.
Okay, sorry.
Just Trouble talked over me.
Yeah, what a dick. Don't do it again.
Apologize.
No. All right, cool. I'm gonna put that on Club Vote too, but I'm definitely feeling for that too. Gives us more stuff to do. And when, not always having to look for directive from leadership when they're not here. I wanted everybody to be here for this, but I just want to let you guys know. I want to put Hulk up for voting for cabinet. Okay. He's not here. I wanted him to be here. But I'm going to put him up for voting for cabinet.
Which position, if I may ask?
Well, it's not going to be road captain. I think we're going to do some changes with that, right? Just because convincing as the way our cuts go for us right now. Like right now, it's supposed to be, founder, president, vice president, sergeant at arms, road captain, right? But if you put the road captain cut on, it's actually a demotion. You go from elite member to senior member, and you lose all your other nice, big, shiny emblems, what signify that you're a leader of the club. So we may keep him at the title of secretary, or we may push him up to be treasurer. Something like that. Haven't really discussed the fine details. Also, bring to the table as well, which is going to be a club-wide vote, right? To move Slade to cabinet. Oh my God, who the fuck is Slade? Why do I keep saying that? Because I watched that movie Blade, bro. So like that shit is stuck in my head. Blade, Slade, and I just like whatever. Wild card here. Move wild card possibly to cabinet as well. Pending what happens with what you did earlier. What I was unaware of. So that's to be discussed. And we'll have more of a one-on-one conversation with wild card and cabinet as well. You guys don't have to sit there and be quiet. You can talk, right? This is your table too, right? This is a democracy here.
I was waiting for the vote to be cast.
I would second that for both.
Yeah, I'd go for
Same.
a second on both.
Now, Karma.
Yes, sir.
I know how you stand. I know I could see your face with what Wildcard did. Now, we have all made mistakes. I've made mistakes. My biggest mistake is not being awake more than what I am. That's my mistake. And I'm the head of the table, right? But at least I am awake more than others, right? I'm not too fond of what Wildcard did. I'm not going to sit here and drag Wildcard. What he did is what he did. But what he has done for the club and how he has rolled into his role now kind of outweighs the bad. When I wasn't around and I was gone, I heard nothing but good things about Wildcard and Hulk, right? So, and even when I was back and recovering, I heard good things about them. So there's a lot of things that outweigh the bad. But like I said, that's a conversation to have. Bring it up to vote in here if you guys want to see these individuals in cabinet. Start with Hulk first. Table's open.
May I speak?
Sorry.
For Hawk, this has nothing to do with Wildcard. This is for Hawk.
Okay, apologies.
So is this what you have to say is for Hawk?
No.
Okay, so all in favor for Hawk?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on the table vote, but that's good to know that we're on a good same page for that. What do you want to say about Wildcard? Now
We're
we've already
not-
drug him through coals enough.
No, I
Keep it
disagree.
brief.
But
No.
most of the issues are stemming from personal related problems, but the removal of a patch because he wants to pout and feel sorry for himself, to me, in my opinion, and I mean this out of respect, of course, is not representative of what you spoke about, President.
Okay, I value your opinion and your thoughts on that. Like I said, that is a discussion that we're gonna have in a more private setting. I think we've drug him through the coals enough in front of everybody, in front of a fucking audience. There's a time we got to start respecting the person as well. Understand what he did. It pisses me off. Trust me, you know what I said. I said I'd have a prospect beat his ass. A prospect, a non-patch member, put hands on a patch member, if that says anything, okay?
I understand. May I make one request?
What?
My punitive function be handled democratically at this table.
I told you, you're getting 10 lashes.
I would expect better. 20 at least.
30.
Now we're talking.
I'll figure your punishment out later. I don't know if we're going to see Jay again for him to deliver a punishment, but I will figure it out.
Understood. Hopefully with the table as well as a vote.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, trust me. Don't worry.
Okay.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you, sir.
Whatever happens with, because I want to move forward, right? We're fucking 2 hours in, right? Whatever happens between the situation with what Wildcard did and what you did, it will be fucking handled. And it'll be handled when it gets fucking handled. It'll probably be this week. I can promise you that. But I just don't want to keep sitting here doing circles and talking about the same thing and we never get this done, right? Not to rush anything, but, you know, I don't want us go from 7 to 5 of us in here or 4 of us in here because people got shit, you know. People got shit. Oh, yeah. Vote on this real quick. I'm going to put it up. Hang-arounds, no longer wearing the black cut. Yay or nay?
Yay.
The black blank
Yay.
cut.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay.
Chaz? Yeah.
Yay.
All right, cool. I'm going to put that up too. Where they don't. So for you patch members and you enforcers, when they come in and you guys are trying to set them out, don't give them that shit no more. No more of that. The ones who have it on right now will allow them to be grandfathered in to be able to wear it, per se, I guess. But any new members that come in, they're just going to wear their own clothes, right? They're not a part of us. They don't have anything to signify. So if they want to wear their own leather vest that they got somewhere, that's cool. As long as it has no lost markings or whatever other shit markings for another crew, I don't care. But I'm cool with that. Let's see here. We have retired members done, hang-arounds done. I'm just working on the club votings here. Fight Club is done. And this one topic for activity and participation. Needed those fucking individuals to be here, but oh well. Let's see here. Wild card on the list that we have deemed order. These last two, should we wait or should we present them now for the voting? Done Fight Club, done retired member, done hang-arounds. The other two, you know, second from the top and third from the top. Should we cover that now or should we wait?
It's your choice.
I'm asking for your opinion.
I don't have a problem with it being discussed here, so that way people understand the intentions.
Let's see here. This is a club vote. Slay, I want you to lay that democracy one down and elaborate. I'm kind of confused myself a little bit, so I want you to elaborate with myself.
Yes, wild card.
I call you Blade again.
Sure.
Yep.
So you said the democracy one?
Oh shit. Yeah, the democracy one.
Essentially, it's a vote to ensure that members can be judged on situations that happen and for it to be put into the bylaws. So the democracy of the club needs to be enforced. Members need to have a say on positions of cabinet, of the enforcers and the officers of the club. It's just simply a yay or nay to put that into the bylaws.
I'm gonna say yay.
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 The wild card on that new thing, which one of these days we're going to sit down and hash that shit out. We'll make sure we put that in there.
Yep.
110. And also with challenges. Challenges for vote. Club votes. Make sure that shit is 110% underlined in there. Let's see here. So we got yay on that. I'm going to put all these out at once on the overall page for voting. Secretary of the club works with cabinet and with outsider organizations, Leo Criminal Business, to establish emergency communication lines. Go in more detail about that wild card.
Situations pop up every day, every other month, where problems can arise quickly if we don't have a quick communication with organizations we're aligned with, neutral with, or even law enforcement, or even businesses we're a part of. What this is entailing is that the secretary of the club's responsibility stretches so that way it can establish an emergency communication line just in case something were to happen.
So, all in favor, yay?
Yay.
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 Yeah.
Karma?
I said yay.
Oh, I didn't even hear you.
I think I was the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said it before me.
I apologize.
You're good.
All right. Cool. Put those up. Let's see here. By the way, if any bylaws are broken, this is kind of like what we touched before. They will be enforced. Not trying to go back in a circle, but they will be enforced. Buddy system, as of right now, I don't know. I kind of want to keep it in effect, especially with members who are fresh out of hospital or who are recovering, anything like that. Have a prospect to keep with that person if they're a very trustworthy prospect. Stuff like that. Do you guys have anything you need to say about that?
Nope.
If it's
No.
used for those purposes, no.
Okay. But overall, buddy system with wild cards, healthy and good. He needs to go home. He doesn't need an escort, unless we just got out of an absolute crap show or someone was actively hunting all of us that day. That's different. But overall, in effect, I would say we should be clear. I don't even see the carries around or anything like that. So. So I think we're good on that.
Can I say something on an unrelated note?
Yeah, go ahead.
Due to the inactivity of our Sergeant at Arms and Vice President, I would like to see me and Karma's punishment get handled by yourself and all upon at this table. I don't wish for it to be a private matter.
He's already mentioned that.
Yes, but he put the responsibility on the Sergeant at Arms, unfortunately, and I feel if that is the case, our punishments are years down the line.
All right, we'll handle it then tonight. How about that? So it's handled and done. And then broken relationships can be repaired. And we can bring hell down below. Okay?
Our relationship is on the mend currently.
Well, any relationships, period, were damaged. Like your relationship with the club, whatever.
I understand.
Let's see here. I think that's really all we got. There's some minor different ones. I'm gonna work on the club activities. If you guys have something that you want to see done or you guys want to do, bring it up. We'll do it. Okay. I don't want to keep doing the same old loosey goosey thing where we keep going to Yellow Jack or we go to Rex Diner or we go whatever. Do some fun stuff, right? We're a family after all. Okay. Like the other night when we did some races, that was fun. Trouble the other night had a good idea what we could have done in Stab City. Get some go-karts. We have a perfect little circle in there. You know, we could set up little combs around. Get some go-karts, race go-karts in Stab City. We're on our own turf. We ain't got to worry about no cops coming, getting called on us. That'd have been fun as hell. I'm down for that, right? We can go rent some go-karts. We can go buy some, whatever. So as far as business with all of our guns and stuff like that, that is going to probably be amped up a lot more. I've got some things in the works. I think Karma, I think you said something with that Russian feller, right? He needed some stuff.
I haven't heard from him yet, but yes.
Gotcha. So just however we are on that order, we'll make something happen where we can do that run sometime soon.
Colt does have something for us to pick up. I don't know the specifics of it, but
Yeah. He filled me in on pretty much a lot of the info of what's coming in. So I'm very well aware of that situation. We'll have to figure out a time, and whenever Colt can wake up and let us know that it's ready to rock and roll, or a day that we can do that. So as far as my personal schedule, I'm pretty well open, except for Sundays. So my Thursday thing where I couldn't be around on Thursdays I can be around on Thursdays. Just Sundays is a no-go. Okay. I won't be around majority of the time on a Sunday, nor can I be, unless it's like super late at night. So, let's see here. You guys have anything else? Table's open for anything that I may have missed. Any questions, comments, concerns you want to bring up? Anything?
Nothing here.
No.
I'm square.
Square? Okay.
Not that I can think of.
Okay. I decided what I'm gonna make your guys' punishment. It's nothing too big. It's not gonna be where I'm gonna fuck you up or anything like that, but it can be big. Okay. You both are gonna be deemed on probation for 30 days. 30 days. You fuck up again, you're gone. And I don't mean I'm taking your patch. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I don't want any of that stuff to be brought to my attention, and I have to hear it at a church meeting in front of everybody. You have a problem, you know where to find me. You know how to reach me.
Understood. Thank you.
Understood.
Wildcard, your cabinet talks will be put on hold until that. Understand?
I understand.
Gave you that enforcer patch for a reason because I have trust and faith in you. I don't ever want to hear about you taking off that fucking enforcer patch unless you're coming to me and me alone directly. I don't want to hear it from Hawk. I don't want to hear it from Karma. I don't want to hear it from anybody. I want to hear it out of your mouth. You're a big fucking man, and if you're man enough to wear it, you should be man enough to come talk to me that you have a problem with wearing it. Then we can go from there. I don't like hearing it from other people. I definitely don't like being in the blue and at church in front of everybody and hearing about it being brought up. Because the next time that you take that off, like I said, I'm gonna kill you. We're gonna blood eagle your ass in front of everybody. That's a big disrespect to this club. It's a big disrespect to your fellow brothers and sisters. It's a big disrespect to me. Okay? I have a lot of faith and a lot of respect for you. Don't fuck up again. Please. I'm asking you.
I understand.
Karma, I'm not done with you either. I know how you can get too. Far as back from another life when I asked you to park a bike and you delegated it to a fucking prospect and we had our words in front of everybody. Okay? Far back from that. I don't care if you think that you don't respect that person, you respect that fucking patch. And if that person is wearing that patch which says enforcer, says whatever above member, you are not God them fucking selves. You are not the president. You are not the founder. You are not the cabinet. If you have a problem with the way it is operated, then you need to come to me, or I suggest you get yourself in Ricky Tick's situation where you run for fucking cabinet position so you can change shit. You don't ever disrespect the patch, because that's what you did. You didn't disrespect Wildcard. You disrespected all of us when you pulled your shit like that. That's childhood bullshit, and I won't tolerate it. Ever. Understood?
Perfectly clear.
30 days, Karma. You fuck up again, I'll love you to death. I've been through hell and back with you more than once, right? But I'll fuck you up, and you know I will, because I expect the same. You would do the same to me if our shoes were swapped, right?
Absolutely. You know me, Prez.
All right. I think that's fair enough. I think that's enough discreet. You two mend yourselves, and like I said, repair the relationships you have damaged and bring me fucking peace within. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Understood.
I love you both to the fucking moon and back. I know that sounds mushy mushy, but I do. I'll do anything for you, anybody in this club. 110. Keep notions for the rest of you too, right? Okay?
Absolutely.
Even if you don't
Understood.
respect the person wearing that cut, you respect the cut and you just do what you're told. If you have a fucking problem with it, bring it to me. Don't handle it yourself. That's not your job. That's my fucking job. And don't do my job for me. Please.
Prez, may I say something?
Go ahead.
I'd like to apologize to everyone in this room and to those that are not here, to this table and to your position as president for my behavior. I will fix it.
Appreciate that. All right. We have anything else before we can get out of this room? Sorry for the long ass church. Hopefully in the future. This has been such a buildup since we haven't had church in forever. So hopefully in the future, we won't have it as this long. We can, okay? Everybody Gucci? Yeah?
Gucci.
Yep.
I'm good.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah. Like to put in motion that church only lasts an hour tops.
Put a motion in that we have one once a month. Could make
Yeah,
it go
that's already
quicker.
established. It's supposed to be about the same time of the week, same place, 8:30, around the same day. What works for everybody. That's what's established. Once a month, unless we have something arise, then we'll do a impromptu church, or if we have something we need to take care of right now, right? Like, for an example, like we've got to rip someone's patch off. That's a church. That's a table talk right now. We don't just do it. That's in something desperate, like we're deeply in matter where we have to do it now. We do it now. We're not going to wait 3 weeks if we just had church to talk about it, especially if they need to get gone now. Because if they're a risk for the club and others and lives, yeah. So just make sure you keep it out. That probably won't happen too much unless shit gets dumb.
Sounds
All right.
good.
You guys have anything? We good? We can end this?
Good.
Good here.
I'm good.
Good.
Hey.
Uh,
Using the gavel, I like it.
all right. We're good.
Thank you, Prez.
Thanks, Press.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Prez, do you mind if I talk to you privately?
Who, me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I have a loud thing going off in my fucking head right now. So, yeah. 100%.
Okay.
I'll leave you two to it.
Yep.